Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading begins in verse 9 of Genesis chapter 22. Then they came to the place of which God had told him, and Abraham built the altar there and arranged the wood, and bound his son Isaac, and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. And Abraham reached out with his hand, and took the knife to slaughter his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. He said, Do not reach out your hand against the boy, and do not do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Then Abraham raised his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him was a ram caught in the thicket by its horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered it up as a burnt offering in the place of his son. And Abraham named that place, The Lord Will Provide, as it is said to this day, On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. Then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven, and said, By myself I have sworn, declares the Lord, because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your only son. Indeed, I will greatly bless you, and I will greatly multiply your seed, as the stars of the heavens, and as the sand which is on the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of their enemies. And in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice.
Genesis chapter 18 tells us about unexpected visitors to Abraham's tent. 3 men appeared out of nowhere, declaring that Sarah would give birth to a son. This announcement, which was surprising enough since it came from strangers, was even more unusual because of Sarah's advanced age. Before long, however, Abraham and Sarah rejoiced when God kept his promise and gave them Isaac. A few chapters later, though, God told Abraham, Take now your son, your only son whom you love, and offer him there as a burnt offering. The next morning, Abraham woke up to do what God had said. Then, just as he was about to sacrifice his beloved child, God provided a ram instead. It's not clear how old the boy was when God asked for him to be offered as a sacrifice, but Isaac trusted his earthly father just as Abraham trusted his heavenly Father. They may have had questions or been afraid, but they chose to obey God anyway. Abraham was ready to give up what was most precious to him, and to do so without grumbling. But why would he be willing to obey when the stakes were so high? Because he truly knew God's goodness and faithfulness to keep his promises, and he believed the Lord would bless his obedience, no matter how painful. You can know God just as intimately, and with just as much confidence in his love. Once you've trusted in Jesus Christ to receive God's forgiveness, he will show you the way.